Hey, welcome back. I'm Greg Leach, and this is Art of Cycling. And we're back at the Tour de France at the top of the Tourmalet, one of the fabled climbs of the Tour de France. They've hit all the Pyrenean climbs in this edition. So, for those who don't know, the King of the Mountains, awarded to the best climber in the Tour, is the polka dot or the Malio Appois. Boy, French accent has left me today. And then, and that polka dots will be apparent here in just a moment. But this is Lenny Martinez going over the summit. Now, what looks a little strange here is this will become apparent soon, but he is pulling on a rain cape, more thermal than rain. So I wanted to get this before he pulled the jacket on and the polka dots disappeared. This has always been my favorite jersey, perhaps because I am not a good climber. In fact, the only souvenir jersey I have is a polka dot jersey. And that jersey is dated 2001. Yeah, I've been watching the tour a long time, folks. I haven't been painting it quite that long, but I have been watching. So, as you can tell by his jacket flying out there, it's also quite windy at the top of the mountain, as one would expect. And also, so this being one of the big climbs, it is a 40 points awarded to the guy who goes over first. And while Martinez is wearing the jersey, he actually sits in second place in this competition until now. He is Tadej Pogačar, by virtue of winning the last two stages, both mountain stages, took over the jersey, but you obviously can't wear two jerseys simultaneously. So he is wearing the yellow jersey, which of course is the most important. And there's a hierarchy of jerseys. So the yellow jersey obviously being the most important. And then I believe it's the green jersey, the white jersey, and then finally the polka dot jersey. Sorry, thinking there. So this one's going to be an interesting one to try to paint. Because they're in the heavy cloud cover at this point. And So to capture that, which should be, yeah, you would think it would be easy in watercolors because it's all fluid and can be very, excuse me, very unspecific. But no, we'll see how it goes. So that's the stated goal here. So, you know, there's lots of things I'm trying to do with these. Obviously, the most important is faithfully capture what's happening in the race. But, you know, I like to set up other things. And then also, you know, compositionally, notice how everything's happening over here and there's nothing on that end. And that's going to be the way the painting plays out too. That, you know, when you're putting a painting together, when you're putting, you know, don't line it all up in the center. Don't, you know, make it all matchy equal. You know, things are obscure. I mean, you know, life, it doesn't line up nice and pretty. So why should your paintings? So, of course, the polka dot jersey is polka dots, for one thing. Red polka dots, but only in the Tour de France. I don't know how branding got that to happen, but they won't let anybody else. So in the Dauphiné, which is sponsored by the same race organization, it's a red jersey with white polka dots instead, which I find amusing. Just, you know, FYI. So Martinez here has had some up and down moments in the tour. You know, had this jersey, lost it, had it, lost it. As I say, right now has it on loan. But he's, you know, clearly come back to his strength right now. And with this going over first, he will become, whoops, not the color I wanted, become the sole owner, because like I say, there's 20 points. So he's 10 points behind Pagaccio. So clearly 10 points behind, 20 points, boom. He is now the, what they call the virtual, so he's the Malio à Pois Virtual. So now I'm going to start trying to figure out how I'm going to imply the fog. Wish me luck. Well, maybe not quite totally yet. So, of course, we're going over the top of the tourmalet, so we do have this mountain right here. Which is just catching sight of that. And now try to make this obvious. How we doing? And of course, the video I'm looking at, again to remind you I do. So the way I create these, because I don't know if I've talked about that yet, is I'm watching the race play out on a streaming service. So I start live, and then as, of course, time elapses, it gets less and less live, but, still, the idea is that, I'm painting the race live, and I have no clear, not clear, I have no idea how the race is going to play out other than my own guesses. To that point, I painted this painting right here, and that is Remco Evenepoel, and I titled it Continuing to Struggle, because when he hit the base of the mountain, and he's a strong climber, he finished third in last year's tour. But he got passed in yesterday's time trial. He's the world champion time trial. At that discipline. So for him to get passed, even on a mountain climb, he was passed by Vingegaard, but still, that's insane. So clearly something was up. But shortly after I painted this, almost exactly 10 kilometers, not this, he talked with the team car that was right behind the race, and then even held on to the car for a few moments, which is strictly forbidden. I've talked about it before, the only one you're allowed to hold on to is the doctor's car while he's treating you. But he held on to his team car, and then he dropped further back, and 10 kilometers later, his second team car pulled over and stopped, and he climbed off and is out of the tour. So, I didn't know that was going to happen. So, obviously, part of that is obvious in that I called it continuing to struggle, because he didn't continue after that. I think that works. What do y'all think? So I just need to do his shorts. That's time to remind you that all of the artwork is for sale at my website. Sales are starting to pick up, so I suggest you don't dilly-dally. And they are originals, obviously, and one of a kind. There aren't multiples. This year, the website does not have the option to have on-demand digital printing. And since I'm just not in a position to take orders for that and do it myself, so if you like it, get it quick. And your tip-off that they're about to go up is I will post what I call Bridget's favorite, because it is Bridget's favorite. It's a fun little thing we do after I paint. I show them all, and she tells me which one it is. And I post that first, so when you see that, start paying attention. And then as soon as it appears on my socials, Twitter, Instagram, and Blue Sky, that means it's on the website, gregleach.com. There's the spelling of my name. Or there's a QVC code, not QVC, whatever those are called. And that means the work is there and ready to be purchased. The purchase price of $99 includes shipping unless you're buying overseas, non-US. And there's an extra fee for that. And to be honest, I don't know if Canada is included in that. All right, so there's the piece. Love to know what you think. Did I succeed in showing the fog? And be sure to subscribe because I'll be painting 7 more stages of the men's race. And then for 2 days, simultaneously, I'll be painting the Tour de France Femme. And then that's, I believe, an 8-stage race this year. Perhaps 9? No, 8. And so I'll be painting every stage, every day of that race as well. So thank you so much, and love to know what you think. Did I capture the fog on the top of the Tourmalet?